Released in early 2015 and developed by Ready at Dawn and published by SCE, it's The Order 1886, exclusively released on the PlayStation 4. Now, in The Order 1886, you play as Galahad, otherwise known as Grayson, a knight of the Round Table, an order created by King Arthur to combat a new breed of humans that appeared long ago known as half-breeds. To basically sum that up, werewolves. Over the years, the werewolves had the obvious advantage, and it was a downhill battle. But thanks to the discovery of the Fountain of Youth, the Round Table Knights were able to heal wounds instantly, and live longer lives spanning hundreds of years. And now in the year of 1886, with the Industrial Revolution in full swing, with new secret advanced equipment and weaponry in this alternate universe, the tides have turned, and now the half-breeds are on the losing end. Or so it seemed. Without spoiling anything, a conspiracy is afoot. But is the game any good? Let's find out.
Everything to your liking thus far?
Quite.
Story-wise, The Order is obviously a very narrative-driven experience, and for the most part, so far the reception has been pretty mixed in terms of opinions on the story. But me personally, I thought it was pretty solid and entertaining. I enjoyed the setting, the atmosphere, and the theme of the game, and the voice acting is incredibly well done.
Lucan! Rebels! Get Hastings out, now!
Get him out of here! Hastings got away! I need backup! Everyone move to plan B!
Percival, the mark is down. Rebels incoming. I need support now.
However, I do have my issues with it, but we'll get to that in the bad. Where The Order truly shines, however, is the gameplay, but more specifically, the gunplay. You'll have a number of weapons at your disposal from famous inventor Nikola Tesla, no less, including a Tesla gun that fires lightning bolts at your enemies in a gruesome fashion, to incendiary shotguns that can blast limbs off,
Bloody rebels.
to even a thermite rifle that lets you light your enemies on fire from a distance. When you actually do get to play with the arsenal in The Order 1886, it's a fun time to be had. It helps as well that the controls are solid. Probably the best aspect of the gameplay is when you actually get to fight the main enemies of the Order, the werewolves themselves. They're extremely quick and aggressive, they'll knock you down and vanish before you can even get back up and spot them, and pop out from another corner to rip your throat out. It's easily some of the best fun and most tense moments in the game. You'll also fight the odd quick-time event boss fight with certain werewolves, but these are nowhere as fun. So let's discuss. As I was saying, nowhere near as fun is a bit of an understatement. Probably the biggest reason for this is simply the game is riddled with quick-time events, and this includes every single boss fight in the entire game, with very little challenge to them. As well as just pointless cutscenes in general that break the flow of gameplay immensely. Everything from simply climbing ladders, to going into elevators. The game in general breaks almost every section up with a cutscene of some kind, to a point of becoming annoying tedium. Because of this, the story may be solid, but the pacing of it is simply terrible, especially early on. Pretty much each chapter is set up as follows. A cutscene starting the chapter off, detailing the new location or them going there, some walking around with a narrative dump here and there, grabbing objects around the environment, with most likely some cutscenes in between, and then you begin shooting things for a few minutes. Then after the gunfire's over, repeating the process once more with another cutscene, some walking around some more, with narrative dumps in between, and investigating stuff around the environment once again. Then usually the chapter comes to an end with another giant cutscene. Not to mention all the quick-time events during these cutscenes, and some chapters altogether entirely consisting of cutscenes. The pacing of the story in between great moments of third-person shooting is just simply terrible, and at times it feels like the gameplay is a big tease that you're soon ripped away from as the game proceeds to drag you through its narrative some more, and it's easily my biggest issue with The Order. But at the end of the day, I have no issues with cutscenes. I've played heavy cutscene games before, such as Metal Gear Solid 4 for example, but at least during those cutscenes, I can set the controller down, relax, and simply enjoy it. Have fun trying to do that with The Order, as every cutscene will force you to pay attention with random quick-time events, or having to investigate something. And of course, one of the bigger issues people have been complaining about before the game was even released Yeah, this game isn't exactly lengthy, despite the fact I wanted it to be over much earlier than 5 hours. However, I personally clocked a good 8 or 9 hours. But that includes finding every single collectible and 100% completion. And the Platinum Trophy, because I guess I like to punish myself. As for the gameplay side of things, probably my one gripe I had were some of the forced stealth sections. These are usually not a big deal, or even hard for that matter, but there is one particular section that left me with some frustration later in the game, due to the fact in the order to stealth kill someone. Can you guess? That's right, in order to stealth kill somebody, you need to do once again another QuickTime event.
You have fucked up now!
So pro tip, during the stealth sections, just use the crossbow as much as humanly possible. But now, let's discuss. Where we discuss the technical aspects of the game. Now, graphically is where the Order 1886 truly shines. This is easily the best looking game I've played to date on consoles, and something truly, air quotes here, next gen, and something that just simply couldn't be done on previous console hardware. The detail in the environments and character models is absolutely stunning, and the atmosphere is perfectly executed. I had more fun just wandering around the environment when the game actually let me, and looking for collectibles than listening to endless narrative dumps in between cutscenes. Now as for the soundtrack side of things, the Order 1886 is fairly decent, and a typical orchestral soundtrack, but nothing too memorable.
By this communion, you are bound to our sacred order.
Now, despite all of my issues with this game, I am happy to say during my 8 hours spent with the Order 1886, I had no bugs, crashes, or anything of the sort, and for a new release game, it's fairly impressive feat lately, considering how problematic new release games have been lately. However, one issue I have with the game aesthetically is the whole cinematic experience angle they were aiming for with this game. However, specifically the letterboxing. Now, I don't hate letterbox necessarily. I've played games before with letterboxing, such as Dragon's Dogma, for example, on the PlayStation 3, and I quickly forget about it usually, especially when playing in the dark. However, unlike Dragon's Dogma, the letterboxing in the Order 1886 tends to get in the way due to the fact the camera is so close to your back. For example, when you get behind cover, you can hardly see any of the enemies actually shooting at you, and at times it can be extremely frustrating. Overall, the Order 1886 is most likely going to end up being a weird oddity, and a game that took a huge risk at trying to be something else, all while trying to walk the line of being a video game, and fell flat on its face in the end. I honestly can't recommend the Order 1886 at full price, or for any price that matter. By the end of the game, despite only being 5 to 8 hours, I was forcing myself to even finish the damn thing, and had very little fun with it in the end. I'd say wait for this to end up on PlayStation Plus one day for free, or at a very, very low price if you absolutely need to pick this up. But now, it's time for my rating.
Okay, gonna cook me some popcorn. Don't know why 16-bit wants me to record myself making popcorn, but just conveniently in my locker I just happen to have popcorn. What do you know? So, I'm gonna be making some Jolly Time Fun Mania. Kinda sweet, kinda salty. Product of the USA. If, you know, the flag wasn't a dead giveaway or anything like that.
Oh shit!
It's getting there. I don't hear the popping. Maybe I should put it on longer. Oh, there it goes. Maybe 16-bit gets off on watching popcorn pop. I don't know why he's asking me to do this. Oh, look at it go.
We should clear the second floor.
Okay, let's check it out. Do not handle by this end. Oh, I don't really want to touch it. Ow! 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 Okay, got the... Ow! Well, there's your rating. 16-bit, if that's for a review or something. Dropped popcorn out of 10.